Welcome to Kings Beach in Tahoe, California. My name's Emma from hoopingmad.co.uk, and I'm here today to show you how to do the 3-beat weave with hoops. This is a move that I've been asked for a tutorial for ages, and I thought this was the perfect setting to show you how to do it. So for the purpose of this video, I'm using a purple hoop with a purple arm warmer and a silver hoop with a grey arm warmer. And so that should help you to understand which hand's doing what. The first stage is to get your 2-beat weave sorted. So a 2-beat weave is this one. In this case, my grey arm is going on top, and I'm doing a standard figure of 8 on both hands with them chasing each other. I can also do it with the purple hand on top. So this time my purple hand's on top. It's exactly the same move, it's just that the other hand is on top. So a couple of ways to start that, if you've never done it before. One is to start them both in a dead spider grip on either side, like this. So you can put them on your shoulders and come up like this. And then what we're going to do is I'm going to start, first things first, make sure you can do a figure of 8 on both sides, and you're happy with that. If you're happy with that, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to start one hand, and then as I start that hand, when it gets to the other side, I bring the other hand over. So the hoops end up chasing each other. In this case, I've got my grey hand on top. So I'm going to show you that again. My purple hand, which is my right hand, is going to come across. When it hits this silver hoop, that hoop's going to go over, and then we've got the silver hoop on top, and I'm chasing the silver hoop with my purple hoop. That works exactly the same the other way around. So again, I've got these dead spiders on top, and my right arm comes across, and when it touches this purple one, that one goes over. And in that case, my purple arm ends up on top. So I'm going to show you that from the side. So my purple arm comes across, and when it gets to the side of the silver one heads over. So I've got this 2-beat weave. Alternatively, I bring the silver hoop across. When it gets to the side of the purple hoop, then that one goes across. Okay, another version of that you can try is if you hold both hoops in front of you, and then you tip them to the side, and then start them both together. That can sometimes be a good way, but try and think about this 1-2, 1-2. So the hoops are chasing each other, they're not going at the same time, like this. They're actually like following each other. So that second one again, my hands go out beside me. This time I'm going to go the other way. I tip both hands to the right, and then I can go over this one. I'm going to show that from the front. So from here, I tip this way and go here, or alternatively, I tip this way and go this way. Another way of starting the 2-beat weave is by having both hoops going, and they're both going to go forwards, but I'm going to have them in split time, so while one's high, one's low. And I always think about taking the hoop that's high across and under. So that time my purple hoop is top, 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 and then it goes under, like this. And then the same the other way, top, 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 under. Okay, so these are just different ways of getting into that 2-beat weave. The 2-beat weave is the key to this. You need to be able to do the 2-beat weave with both your silver hoop on top and your purple hoop on top. Most people will find that they do one way over the other way, and they'll think that, and then they'll just launch into the 3-beat. You need to be able to do both to get the 3-beat. So you need to be really comfortable with silver hand on top and really comfortable with purple hand on top. Once you've got step 1 covered, the next thing is getting the thumb spin. Now this is what makes doing this with hoops way more difficult than doing it with poi. So how I'm going to start this is I'm going to start with my left hand, and I'm going to have my hoop in my left hand. I'm going to turn to my left, so my arm is actually across my body. If I show you that from this, so I'm actually standing with the hoop, and then I turn, so the hoop is across my body. So if I was standing in a set of train tracks, my hoop would be on the train track across from my arm. Hope that makes sense. So from here, what I'm going to do is I'm going to swing the hoop up as if it's doing a spin on the side, and bring my palm up so that the hoop spins on my thumb. And from that point I can just grab it, and I'm on the outside of the hoop, and I can go straight into my forwards weave. So to show that again, we spin up, and I show my palm to the side. A common mistake that people do here is they do this, so their palm goes down the way. And if I show you this from here, a common mistake is that your palm goes down, which makes it really, really difficult. So just make sure you're bringing your hand out. And getting used to this, just this bringing it over and coming up onto your thumb is really, really going to help you. So spin and up.
Start gripping on the outside of the hoop, swing the hoop upwards and bring your fingers out so you show your palm to the face of the hoop.
You also need to be doing that on your other hand as well. So if I stand this way this time and go across, again I'm spinning up and bringing my thumb up. So it's spinning directly on my thumb, and my palm is showing to the side. I'll show that here. And getting used to this motion is really, really going to help. So we're going to do this thumb spin. Remember to show your palm upwards.
So start gripping the outside of the hoop, swing upwards and end spinning on your thumb with your palm facing out.
Step 3 is to get the over, under, back situation going on. So what we want to do is your hoop's in your hand, you're going to go over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back. So you have one thumb spin on the opposite side. Next step is to have the other arm out and go over, under, back, over, thumb spin, back, over, under, thumb spin, back, over, under, thumb spin, back. Show you that from the side. Over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back.
So starting in the left hand, we go over, a thumb spin, back, and then add the arm, over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. If this is really difficult, you can actually move the right arm so that it makes sure it goes over for the thumb spin, and then gradually work up to not moving that arm and moving your left hand around it.
On the other hand, we go over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back. To show you that from the front, over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back, over, thumb spin, back. Then with the other hand, over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. On the side, over, under, back, over, under, back.
So right hand over, thumb spin and back, over, thumb spin and back. Now add the other arm, over, under, back, over, under, back. If you need to, you can actually just move the left arm, so you're definitely going over, then under, and then just gradually work up to just being able to go over, under, back normally without the need for moving the left arm.
One thing to be careful of, and something that people do quite often, is when you go across, thumb spin, back, and then do an extra spin on that side. You don't want to do an extra spin on that side. It's not 2 here and 2 here. It's 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, 1. So over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. So now we're going to put all that together. We're going to start in a 2-beat. For this case, what I'm going to do is I'm going to do my grey hand on top, which is my left hand on top. What I would suggest is if you have a stronger 2-beat, start in your less strong 2-beat, so the one that you're not as comfortable with. So if you're most comfortable having your right hand on top, start with your left hand on top. So I'm going to start with my left hand on top. Now the 3-beat weave is essentially just changing which hand's on top. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at my silver hoop. As my silver hoop goes across, what I'm going to do is do that thumb spin, and while that thumb spin's happening, I let my purple hoop take the lead. And now my purple hoop is on top. So from this position, my purple hoop's on top. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do a thumb spin on my purple hoop when it's across my body, and that lets my silver hoop come over the top. If you're not feeling hugely comfortable about this, or your hands keep tangling and you end up with the same hand on top all the time, double check that you've practiced your 2-beat with either hand on top, for one. Secondly, what you can do is this time with the silver hoop, what I'm going to do, silver hoops on top, I'm going to do an extra load of spins, and I'm going to keep spinning that until I've brought this hoop onto the top, and then go. So I keep my thumb spinning, and I'm like, okay, that thumb's spinning, okay, that one comes over the top. Then gradually what you can do is just add those together. And that's all there is to 3-beat weave. So to show you that from the side, I'm going to go silver hoop on top, silver hoop on top, extra spin with my silver hoop to let my purple one come on top. So now my purple hoop's on top and I'm doing a right hand over the top 2-beat. I then do an extra spin with that top hoop to let the other hand come over the top. So this is where your over, under, back comes in. If you watch my purple hoop, it's going over, under, back, over, under, back, over, under, back. And my silver hoop is doing exactly the same. Over, under, back, over, under, back. Don't feel you have to jump straight in to doing it continuously. Get used to having these 2 beats in between, and that's really going to help. And then work up to doing one on each.
So in this case, we're starting with a 2-beat weave with the right hand or the purple arm on top. So when the hoop comes across to the left hand side, I let this top hand do an extra spin, and this allows the grey hand to take the lead, come over the top, and now I'm doing a 2-beat with my grey hand on top. Now when my grey hand goes across to the right hand side, I do a thumb spin on the right hand side as it goes across, which allows my purple hoop to come round underneath and come over the top, and that then I'm back into a 2-beat with my purple hand on top. And this pattern continues until you end with doing it continuously without the 2 beats in between.
The common problems people run into is that you're so strong, you've been practicing this 2-beat with the left hand on top for years, and you're trying to do the 3-beat, but every time you do the 3-beat, you just come directly back to this left hand on top. So the key to that is either starting with your right hand on top and practicing the other side, but also practicing your 2-beat with your right hand on top. That's really going to help. If you're really struggling with this move, I would seriously suggest getting yourself some poi and trying this out with poi first. It negates the need for the thumb spins. It's exactly the same move, but you don't need to do those thumb spins. So we're just going to swap to some poi. So poi are just weights on the end of strings. You can actually use socks, with long socks with juggling balls in them. In this case, I've got 2 very brightly coloured poi, and it's exactly the same movement as we did before. So our hoops are going at different times. We start with a 2-beat. This time my grey arm is on top, and I do an extra spin with my top arm on the across side to let my purple arm come over the top. Then my purple arm is over the top. I do an extra spin on the purple side to let the grey side go over the top, and then we just join those together to do the 3-beat. And it's much easier to get used to the different sides So don't feel you have to do that one and then that one and then that one straight off. Just get used to going 2 beat with your grey arm on top, then 2 beat with your purple arm on top, and then the top arm does an extra spin to let that one go over. And all the exercises that we did with the hoops work equally well with the poi. So the over, under, back, over, under, back, and then on the other side, over, under, back, over, under, back. So if the 3 beat weave with hoops is making you want to throw your hoops down and never use twins again, just take it back to the poi. And they don't have to be specialist poi, just long socks with some weights, or even like an apple or something in the end of them will do fine. So you don't have to have specialist equipment to try this. So guys, if you're having any problem with this, you can go onto my Facebook group, which is Hooping Mad Online Learning, and you can ask as many questions as you want. Tickets for the Lake Tahoe Flow Arts Festival are on sale now. It's September 3rd to 5th here in beautiful Lake Tahoe. This is the 3rd year of the Lake Tahoe Flow Arts Festival, and I can't recommend it enough. You can find more online workshops from me, Emma at Hooping Mad, at my Hooping Mad Online Learning website. I've been working really hard to make sure there's a ton of online tutorials at the hoopingmad.co.uk online tutorials site. Go and check it out. You can even view the first 60 seconds of each video for free. Currently we have the crotch extravaganza, which is 20 videos, all including lots of wedgies and rolls and all sorts of things. And we also have everything elbows, which is lots of elbow passes and breaks, and lots of fun stuff. That's 25 videos. We've also got loads more coming soon. Please check it out. All the information about Lake Tahoe Flow Arts Festival and about learning online with Hooping Mad are in the information of this video.